Hey everyone, welcome to the Horror PSA presented by Scary Nerd, and as always, we are your hosts. I'm Paul.
I'm Saul.
And I'm Angie.
The following is a public service announcement.
Our deadly leprechaun is in space to woo a beautiful princess who is impressed with his gold and desires to separate him from it. That's right. We watched the 1996 classic Leprechaun 4 in space.
In space. That's every time I think of it,
space.
it's pigs in space. Every time I hear something that says in space.
I love how they went full on batshit with this one. I mean, they just really did. This is a sci-fi level horror movie.
Sci-fi level on all
Predating
accounts.
sci-fi? I don't even know when Sci-Fi Channel started.
I don't know.
But this is
okay,
a sci-fi movie.
If was Sci-Fi Channel in 96 is if not, this is what it would have been like
Yeah.
in 96.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is prime sci-fi. But okay, so part one, we're in fucking North Dakota, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
North or South Dakota, I don't remember fucking what it was. I think it was North Dakota. Part two, we go to LA.
Yeah.
Right? Part three, we're in Vegas.
Yep.
Part four, we decide we need to go to fucking
Go to
space.
space.
Yeah. For whatever reason.
And I love that they don't ever explain how or why he's
ended
in
up there.
space.
And we never really go back to it either, because then
No.
he takes 2 tours in the hood after this,
Yeah.
and
Well-
then he was done.
Well, the thing about it, though, is like if you look in the trivia or whatever it may be, I guess it was supposed to be like 2036 or 2096, something like that. It was supposed to be way, 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 way into the future.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's
so
just
I don't know. If that, I don't know if that
I don't
defends it or
wanna-
anything, but still, though,
So in the lore of the Leprechaun, in the future, he's going to end up in space
somehow.
So there needs to be a movie where they blast him off into space.
Right? Like in 2.
Something, yeah.
In
Yeah.
1 and 2, we understand why he's traveled,
Yeah.
right? Like we understand, like the first
Yeah,
one,
they set
O'Grady
up-
brought him in the first
Yeah.
one, and the second one, he went to find his bride
It's
or
the
whatever.
descendant of that one chick, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then 3, he's in Vegas because of the statue, right? Is it the statue or
because
he's
the,
like
the necklace
necklace
turns him into the statue, and
Yeah,
some guy
yeah.
pawns him in the beginning, and that's how he's in Vegas.
So, like, we get, like, backstories on all the other ones. And even
you
in the
don't
hood,
get-
I think he gets an opening,
You
like,
get-
backstory.
Yeah, because he was the statue thing, and
Yeah.
then Ice-T found the flute.
Yeah, yeah,
and he's
yeah.
like,
So, but this
now we
one,
in
we just
This one's
open
got
in space.
nothing.
We don't know why we're
And
in
then
space.
Ice-T
We
was
don't know
in
how we're in
business.
space.
Yeah.
And hey, I mean, maybe Jeff Bezos is shooting leprechauns up in the future. We don't know.
He found the
I mean,
leprechaun, and
that's how he was. That's how he's. So
No,
rich.
this is what it's going to be. Someone's going to be like, "Look, I need you to send this thing to space, and don't ask no fucking questions, Jeff.
just do it.
Limits and shit, just blast this motherfucker off. Don't ask questions."
But there was like, you're right. There's no backstory at all. All of a sudden, we just see him.
It's Ice-T.
He's in space for whatever
Ice-T
reason.
did it. Yeah.
And what, we
Jeff,
got a
I need
group
you to
of,
blast this motherfucker up into space.
what'd you call them, Marines?
Don't ask no questions.
Space Marines. They're hunting something.
Oh, they're definitely Marines because they have their Semper Fi, do or die.
And I
Yeah.
love
Kill,
how
kill, 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 kill.
the one chick on the team is wearing the tiniest shorts in space.
Yeah.
I'm like, but why?
Heidi.
Yes,
Why
Heidi.
are you in space wearing tiny shorts?
I just kept expecting her to say it's tool time.
It's tool time, everyone. What's Heidi?
Okay, obviously this came out in 96, we said, right?
Yeah.
So all of us have seen this previously. Do you guys remember the first time you saw this?
I don't remember. I don't remember it being. I remember it being bad, but I don't remember it being this level of bad.
Oh, I remember being this bad. Because even as a kid, I rented this from Blockbuster. Maybe it was Hollywood Video. It was one of the two.
I want to say this one was straight to video, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. But yeah, I definitely rented this one, and I remember because it was a big deal because I was a huge. I told you
love
guys in the
Leprechaun.
Leprechaun, we watched Leprechaun 1 over and over and over again. It was a big deal in my house, and so I rented it, and I watched it, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's not good.
What have you
Even-
done?
Even as a kid, but I mean, it's so stupid and fun. I mean, you gotta like. If it's on, I'll watch
It's
it.
one of those ones I'm not going to want to watch on its own for any reason.
Yeah.
But definitely when
on.
it's the marathons. Like,
Yeah.
it was sci-fi. Was it sci-fi?
It's sci-fi,
Yeah,
yeah.
they always show Leprechaun marathons.
Yeah.
Dr. Minhead. I mean, it's just so ridiculous.
Harold.
So
God.
ridiculous.
Harold. All right. Okay, so I want to get into Metalhead That guy.
Oh, right away? Because I was like, are we going to skip over the fact that the leprechaun came out of that dude's boner?
Oh,
Yeah, you're skipping
did
way ahead. Okay, wait. Let's talk about
Okay.
Smooth Leprechaun for a minute, right?
Yes.
Because he's on. Like,
he's trying to woo that bitch.
Like he's using his full on Warwick Davis British accent and be like, perhaps a little of the bubbly, ma'am. Like, to be my bride.
He's suave.
Like,
he's
he's
smooth.
like, but you still got that shit in your teeth, bro.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I love how you can just wave your hand and make jewels and shit. Be like, why don't you wave your hand
And fix your teeth.
and fix your face and your teeth and be taller? 'Cause
Maybe
then
he has a lot of self-esteem and he likes the way he looks, guys. Jeez.
it's a real Gollum kind of thing for me, right?
He's a leprechaun. He knows what he's about. Come on.
He's traded, and depending on which version, because I think in the fucking Hood version, when they go to the fucking storyteller, another storyteller, the fortune teller, she's like, in ancient times, you know, the leprechauns sold their souls to the devil for the gold and this and that. So, like, that even gives you more fucking lore about the leprechaun than the fucking Space one does. It's just like, we're going to go to this planet and take out this fucking leprechaun and bring the princess.
No,
They don't even call him a leprechaun. They call him, what is it, a monster?
They call him a monster, like the target most of the time. They don't even call him.
Very military.
Yes, very military. But one thing, and even I noticed this as a kid, I'm like, you can't be shooting guns in space. And they're just shooting indiscriminately, like they're not looking at
and
shit.
I love
I'm like,
how the guns were like half regular gun, but had laser fucking sounds, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why does it sound like that?
and in this one, I'm like, why is the leprechaun shooting? He's never had to
He
shoot
got the
before.
gun.
He's always had
I had to-
magic and like doing
Yeah.
stuff.
And I'm like,
Why
there's
are
like
you
5
shooting?
of you and one leprechaun shooting back. I'm like, come on, guys.
And apparently he watched a bunch of westerns because there's a western reference in there.
The leprechaun has a fucking lightsaber.
That's what I was about to
in
say.
this
He got a
movie.
freaking
All right.
lightsaber.
He's got his lightsaber cane. That is
It's
later.
also
It's
a knife,
later,
yeah.
It's later like a sword or whatever. Well, I mean, it's a leprechaun sword.
Yes.
It's a knife for us, but yeah, this is crazy. It starts off like just ridiculous because it's like military guys. So that's why I want to talk about Metalhead. Okay,
Metalhead, yeah.
so yeah, the movie starts off with us just kind of
Floating in space.
no, I feel like it's kind of like, I don't know if it's like a ripoff or an homage to like Alien and stuff,
Yeah.
like Aliens, I guess.
Yeah,
I should say, to
kinda.
like the military, like space military. We're gonna get it done. So we've all heard the story in Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket of how R. Lee Ermey came to get the part, right?
Yeah.
They hired one guy. Apparently, I never knew this. They hired a guy that played one of the drunken hillbillies in Deliverance, and he was originally going to play the
drill sergeant.
The drill sergeant. But then Stanley Kubrick was like, yeah, it just kind of throws it off that he was in that movie, and I think that's all people are going to think about, so I'm going to get somebody else. Tim Colcheri was the guy they actually hired to be the drill sergeant, but before he could get there or whatever, that's when R. Lee Ermey shows up in full dress and was like, I want the part. Because he was
Ooh.
already hired as a consulting advisor or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Stanley Kubrick was like, all right, you got the part. Like, you embody what I'm looking for. So this was the guy that was actually supposed to get the part second to the first guy that got fired before R. Lee Ermey
Metalhead?
showed up.
Metalhead?
Yes, the guy that
Oh.
played Metal, because he was actually
A Marine?
he did. I don't know if he was a Marine or not, but he did tours in Nam and stuff.
Oh.
So this guy Tim actually was still in Full Metal Jacket later in one of the Vietnam scenes as like a gunnery guy in one of the helicopters. So like there's actually he's like, that was kind of his like, all right, we'll give you this other part. Like, we're sorry, but we're gonna go with this guy kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I guess he was kind of bitter about it, but he's like, well, you know, it's still a part, I guess, in this movie. So
Yeah.
random shit.
He reminded me a lot of, I think this came out after the fact or maybe around the same time, is remember the teacher Marine guy in Starship Troopers?
Oh yeah.
He kind of reminded me of him just because of the metal side of his head.
I've seen that
Yeah.
movie once because of Paul. and
We
it
should
was
do
awful.
that movie.
Starship Troopers?
Yeah.
I'm down for it.
It's a deliciously fun movie.
Yeah, you could tell this one was always going to be either a TV movie or direct-to-video one because the set dressing and even
It was
the
horrible.
clothing is so bad. And I'm like, I get it. We're watching these now on like high definition TVs and stuff.
Yeah.
So the quality's probably way better than they ever thought. But I'm like, why can I see the bits of glitter on her?
No,
Like,
okay, not even that, but I'm like, their like riot gear that they were supposed to go into,
Yeah.
like when they go to like get the leprechaun and save the princess and all
Yeah.
this shit. I'm like, that looks like very thin, like foam, like tiny pool noodles, and then like a vest. And I'm like, none of this is like, and then like a helmet with like a flimsy piece of plastic, and Metalhead's fucking head, like
Yeah.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
when you go to like the dollar store and you see the Halloween masks that are like cheaply plastic.
Mm-hmm.
That is what his metal head, and I'm quoting fingers here, look like to me. And I'm like, I've seen people on Facebook videos that take tin foil and aluminum foil and like buff the shit out of it and actually looks like stainless steel, which looks better than the stupid piece of plastic they attached to his head.
If we're gonna talk about the terrible special effects, we got to talk about Dr. Mittenhand when we actually see see the big reveal, especially from behind, and when they don't actually have like the close up, it looks so it's terrible.
There was definitely an animatronic version of it that looked like shit, like terrible.
And for whatever reason, it was shiny.
Yeah, it was very shiny. I loved the close up of his heart. Like you can see his heart pumping, and it was so like
they're mixing the spider and the DNA.
You can see the plasticness of the heart as it's
like that thing's gonna explode right now.
And it's funny though because like we watching this again, I hadn't seen it in years all the way through, and I forgot how just deliciously cheesy it was.
Yeah.
When he somehow gets hit by the laser, because they never explain why the laser gets turned on or how it just comes on all of a sudden and it gets aimed at him.
Somebody, I think it was one of those things like, you know how like in movies where it's like, oh, somebody walking tripped over the cord and it's that kind. Somebody dropped something, or like the bag. I think there was someone's bag or something, like just because it was like, okay, it's just these 3 little levers you push down. Like it should be more complicated.
Yeah.
Like there should be a key, like something more than just push these 3 little levers down.
And I love how he was so pissed that they had like shrunk his gold down.
Oh,
he was like, mad. Fix it! Like he was so mad.
Like, what did you do to me, gold?
See, he has anxiety. He does have self-esteem issues.
Yes.
No, it's all about his gold. Yeah.
Oh wait, I do have to mention somebody that I don't think gets enough credit for the range of a type of actor he's been in, because he's been in a ton of movies. And when I forgot that Miguel A. Nunez was in this. And he's been in so...
I can't look at him.
Damn enchiladas.
I can't look at him and
movies.
not think, damn enchiladas.
I know, and I'm like, why are you in?
Why is
There's
Juwan man in the movie?
There's like so many.
Marines.
There's so many movies he's been in. It's like,
oh shit, this is a fucking futuristic movie because it's Space Force.
There you go.
We didn't even know this is the Foundation Space Force, or where the fucking is that what it's called? That's literally what it's called.
I
Isn't
don't even want to talk about our current reality
Space
right
Force.
now. I would rather talk about Leprechaun in space.
But all this shit that's happening in Aliens and all this, it's Space Force. This is where we're headed. This is like, you guys fucked it up.
If Leprechaun starts showing up, then like, we know we've seen this before. We know what the precursor is.
So yes, people in North Dakota, look out for Leprechaun.
There is seriously a planet of leprechauns as we think of Leprechaun somewhere, then that just proves to me that none of this is real, and we are stuck in some sort of matrix that is just imagination.
What if all of our shit was just they were different aliens? Like Santa Claus was from a different fucking planet. Like the Easter bunnies. Like what if they were all just really fucking terrifying planets full of Easter bunnies and like evil fucking shit like that? Like every holiday.
Are you talking like the Doors and whatchamacallit, Nightmare?
Yeah, like you did. But
I'm saying like planets though, like planets of them, and they're just evil versions of that, like that. So yeah, horrifying.
Either way, aliens, you don't want to come here. Yes. We can't even figure this shit out. You don't want to get
if aliens came, it would be like you guys can't handle it.
And if you're a leprechaun, that's weird. Because I assumed gold would only be worth something on our planet.
Yeah.
I don't know. It does have like,
it is a mineral,
but it does have like properties for use for other things.
Yeah, but I'm like,
it's not just the shiny beautifulness of it.
Oh yeah, I'm aware.
That's diamonds. Diamonds are completely. I mean, I don't know. They have usefulness, I guess, too, but it's still overinflated. It's bullshit. Anyway,
weird. But anyway, back to the boner that this guy comes out of. That the leprechaun.
Okay.
He gets so in very Freddy-esque. He gets sucked into the pee.
When the guy pisses on it, I'm like, why are you pissing on his leg? Because I'm like, if you're gonna piss on something, his face is right fucking there,
right
man.
There.
Like his face is right there. You might as well go for it. You're gonna fucking piss on him.
Because what, they blow him up?
Yeah, they blow him up.
Well, we get the ridiculous firefight where you have what?
Yeah, it's like 8-on-1, but he's holding his own.
And these guys are trained like soldiers. Like we're led to believe that they're trained soldiers, so you would think they'd be able to
look at their gear though.
No, yeah, true.
You only get what you pay for.
But yeah, to the whole gear thing, you're like, look like.
But wait, are they mercenaries though? Because he's like, he talked about his contract.
Yeah,
but I'm saying, but they talked about their contract the whole time.
I don't know.
Our contract ends at midnight.
Maybe in the future. Well, maybe they're talking about a military contract. Who knows?
Could be mercenaries. I'm gonna go with that.
Space mercenaries.
Space mercenaries.
Mercenaries.
But like, why were they going after that girl? They never really said that either.
No,
like,
they didn't explain
the
anything.
The doctor wanted her blood after they realized what she was, right? But like,
it wasn't like they knew that she was there. It was almost like, okay, we know he has a hostage, but they didn't know who it was or why they were even there. Like, yeah, they didn't explain any of that shit.
So
that's what I'm saying. Like all the other movies, like literally The Hood. I mean, I don't remember about the Back to the Hood. I don't remember that one very well.
Yeah.
But The Hood gives you more fucking shit, like in the lore and like the background of the fucking Leprechaun.
But I guess if you want to get, we can horror PSA this. If you do explode a leprechaun, maybe don't pee on it.
Don't pee on anything.
Any magical creature,
here's
I
my
would
rule.
just avoid.
Here's my rule.
That.
If you're in any space where there might be shit in the air that could go up your pee hole.
Yeah.
If you're in water where something could swim up your pee hole. If you're in any space where there's
that like
could
Prometheus,
be, where there could be damage or something
Yes.
getting into your body via the pee hole.
Just
don't
avoid
bring
it.
the pee hole out.
No.
And that's man, woman, whatever. Don't bring your pee hole out if there's stuff that can be getting up in there. That's your horror PSA.
I'm just saying.
Guard your pee holes.
I've never heard of a woman.
All right, we got to make this movie now.
I've never heard of a
You're
woman
setting it up.
blowing up a creature and then pissing on it. That definitely
Well,
just
you know
sounds
what?
like a man thing.
We need to
I'm
put that in a
sorry.
movie.
It's just
We need to
not
put that in
something
a
that I
movie.
think a woman would
She's
do.
gonna pop a squat and pee on
We
something.
need to put that in a movie then.
Do you know
man.
how, like-
equality, all right?
And know how much effort, like, because you can just like unzip and dick can be out in 2 seconds. We gotta like pull down, get a leg out if we want to pee on somebody.
But if she's a military chick, she's used to just having to go pee in a bush or shit like that, right?
Yeah.
But again, you still gotta take your pants down.
But she knows what the fuck she's doing is what I'm saying.
But again, you're going to be exposing yourself a lot more than a dude ever would. So it's just not something that a chick would do.
Well, but you still have to squat down so you're not really seeing.
But you're not squatting down around an active scene that you just exploded
All I'm
magical creature.
All I'm saying is equality. If women want to piss on their fallen foes,
No,
Do it.
more
Go
power
right
to you,
ahead.
ladies. It's going to be a lot of work. And so I just think we should leave some of the dumb shit to the men, is all I'm saying.
women have the right to be as equally as dumb
They
as
do.
men if
Yes.
they
They
want to.
do. And
okay?
I'm for equality, feminism.
So
piss on their faces. if
piss
you
on your
like, I
fallen
guess.
foes, women.
Just be aware. You're asking to be in the
Tina
wind.
in the fucking car line at school and fucking move out of the way. You go
And in
smack
fact,
that bitch.
I mean, and we don't know. She could have had a romper on. You have to get completely naked. You're going to piss on somebody in a
who the
romper.
fuck is gonna go fight in a war in a romper?
Hey, women can do whatever the
You
fuck
were
they want
saying
and
earlier-
whatever the fucking
But
clothes
you
they
were
want,
saying,
okay?
You were saying earlier that Heidi was barely dressed at all. All right.
She
Yeah.
was. Barely.
So
at
she
all.
had them tiny shorts and a fucking tank top. She was basically Lara Croft in space.
Yes.
I love how, though, the other chick had the same, like, setup on later on in the movie, but then she's, like, gets, quote-unquote, acid spilled on her, but the only
yeah.
thing that happens is her sleeves fall off.
Yeah.
I thought it was her pants. Wait, and then her pants come off.
Her whole
somehow.
body gets wet, but just the sleeves fall off.
And she's in her underwear running around.
That's right. That's funny.
Yeah, she takes her pants off, I
Yes.
think, and that's why she gets...
You know, something happens and she has to either take her pants off or her pants get ripped off.
Dr. Mittenhead takes her pants. Mittenhand.
Dr. Mittenhand.
I'm seeing
Was it Dr.
Metalhead, that's
Mittenhand?
why.
Or was it Harold, the creepy dude?
No, it was the creature.
Oh yeah, when
The
he turned into
creature
that-
formerly known as Dr. Mittenhand.
And I love how there's a blender in the lab for some reason
Yeah.
for him to blend
Okay,
up
they
the...
also never explain why he had these fucking spiders and scorpions just around for no fucking reason.
Just out. Yeah.
Their mission was never clear in this movie.
No, it
It was
wasn't.
like you start literally like, we're gonna go on this planet and attack this fucking leprechaun, and then you go and they're like, all right, we found all this gold. Kowalski pissed on this thing, and his dick's gonna explode later. Yeah,
His
and
boner exploded.
our contract expires in a few hours, so chop chop, Dr. Mittenhand.
And
Well,
I love their little club in space too,
Oh,
with
yeah.
the 5 people. I'm like,
The thing that was funny about that is when Heidi and what was his name? I forget.
That was Kowalski.
Kowalski, when she says, let's get out of here, he's like, they're going to know. They're going to see. And like, they're not going to see. They're too drunk. And what it's exactly what happens. Like, they're not going to notice.
It's a bunch of bored dudes that are drinking. Of course, they're gonna notice.
and you're
He was
the
like-
one chick
Yeah.
in the unit.
Like, they're
So
gonna
they're-
know if you disappear, then someone's
You
doing
might as
something
well
with you.
just have gone to the table and be like, guys, we're going to go fuck, see you. And
It's
it
like
would've
there's
been
about
mess.
5 or 6 people, and when 2 of those people leave, then it's going to be noticed.
The whole set in the back. I think they filmed this in like 5 different rooms,
Hmm.
and then they just because literally the cargo bay area, and I'm using quotey fingers.
Cargo
Um,
Bay.
it looked like plywood, and they spray painted just like the warning like squares.
The yellow warning.
Yeah, there's
squares,
like yellow squares. I'm like, that's just spray paint.
So they made this movie for $20 and
$28.
Well, they probably went to some sort of film class and be like, "Can you guys build us some sets, please?"
High school.
There you go.
I mean, even
no, and
college
the
level
effects,
looks better than this,
in this, when he does get hit by the laser later on, and he gets bigger, I'm like, they couldn't do anything better than making him just really pixelated.
Oh yeah.
Until they got the second part of where they had the smaller set. They could get those, but during the process, like it is just pixelated.
It's especially when you watch it on like, I don't know if it's 4K or whatever you watch it on TV now, but HD for sure. You see like everything around it looks shitty too, because the scene where Harold and Metalhead are making the gold small, he's like, well, what do you do when you want to make it bigger? And he's like showing him all that. Like it goes to a wide shot and you see like the whole screen just looks like shit as the gold.
Yeah.
And then it goes next to a next shot and it's like, all right, well, it looks normal again. Like,
well, the other thing about that too is later in the movie is when they make the Leprechaun bigger. You get that same thing too, where it's like you can tell this is just poorly done. Because all of a sudden, it's like you can see that he's...
It's like when you stretch a picture.
Yeah.
That's literally what it's like. They stretch the picture in the frame, and now it's like, all right, cut to the other scene where we're at the Leprechaun's in the other set.
Yes.
Oh, and don't forget about Harold's pizza head when he
Oh,
smashes him with
Oh, that's right. Pizza face Harold when he gets...
It always looks like a mole to me. It's mole makeup because like they made him all weird colored too.
Yeah.
Well, if we're still talking about the bad things, the thing that got me, I was like, that is worse than a video game, is when they showed the exterior shots of the spaceship.
Oh, yeah. No, it's so realistic. What are you talking about?
Oh, right off the bat, we get that. We're just watching this asteroid flow through space. And I'm like, what is that?
This one is so bad. It's such a, and I think it's even labeled as a comedy fantasy / horror. And so I think they knew... maybe, but I'm like, this one isn't even about leprechauns.
No.
This is just about...
He wants to be king. It's like, I want to be king, and I need to find my gold, and then we're going to murder this chick's dad.
Kings have kingdoms, right? That's why they're kings. Whose kingdom is he trying to have? Because did he want to go be a king of that planet?
Yeah, it's
probably.
Because they said it, Nan.
So is he just, he was done with Earth and was like, I'm finding a new planet.
I'm telling you, whatever the reason that we end up blasting him to space, this is why. So we need, so in the future, the movie where the leprechaun gets blasted into space, this is what we need. I'm telling you.
With Dr. Evil.
I'm telling you, it's Ice-T. Ice-T did it because he's got him. I don't know, how does the second hood back to the hood?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I need to watch that one because saying Ice-T just is like, you can blast this motherfucker up into space.
And then we got the ending effects of him being stretched out and like exploding when he gets sucked out of the ship.
So can the leprechaun never die then?
I don't think so.
Because even after he gets sucked out of the ship, they see him out in space, and he flips
the
him
end
off.
shot is him flipping off the spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this movie.
Can you turn the spaceship around? Just put the blasters on, melt all that shit real quick.
I mean, something, right?
Or at least keep a piece, and send them in different directions.
It was all over the place because you get the whole thing, the revelation that Princess Zarina can heal herself because she got her hand blown off. Yeah,
something like that.
So then Mitten Hand decides, I'm gonna grow my body back. But
is this the only one with boobs, or does 2 has boobs, 3 has boobs?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Where she's like, you're gonna die if she shows you her boobs.
Yeah, and they're so glittery. I'm like, why? It's so much glitter.
It's the glitter shower that all strip clubs have.
Men, is that a thing that you guys like? You just like seeing copious amounts of glitter on ladies?
I'm just saying, if you go to any strip club, I mean, I don't know, I haven't been forever, but when we were young and I go to strip clubs, they'd all smell like vanilla and I'll have the glitter. So I'm like, there's a big glitter shower that sprays vanilla and glitter everywhere. You just walk through it. That's what she did, is what I'm assuming.
Well, I'm assuming now. Maybe it's like you have to walk through the sanitizing thing and then through the glitter shower.
It's a big UV ray.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, now you can't have kids.
I mean, well, yeah.
Don't.
Well, Harold's a perv.
Harold's got some, I'm just trying to stick this or stick something into me. Because he was like trying to feel up the princess, and then later he was kind of hitting on books. But he was like, "Hey, cowboy.
Hey, it's space. You take what you can get, right?"
Harold's just horny, man.
Yeah.
You've seen the same. I mean, he's probably just seen Dr. Minhead and what's her face this whole time.
Mitten hand.
Sorry, Minhand.
Think of Kitty Softpaws.
I loved his aggressive pounding to get what he wants, and his Austrian accent.
Austrian, German. I don't know what it was.
It was. It changed from minute to minute. I think, depending on how upset he was.
And then Scorpion Spider.
See, that's the thing that didn't make any sense. It's like, that's how batshit crazy this movie was. Is you think Mittenhand's gonna die because...
And where did he get the ball gag from that he puts in his mouth?
Are there deleted scenes that we don't know about? It was Harold's, I'm telling you.
No.
It was horny Harold, the assistant.
Because the one thing that makes sense...
I don't work for you. Just get it done, man.
Because what was the point of him putting, the scorpion and the tarantula in that mix or whatever
just
it was?
Fuck with him, I guess.
Yeah, he just wanted to be mean to him because the guy drained the other chick of the blood. Even though he was planning on killing the princess anyway.
Exactly. He was like, he's helping you out, dude.
Yeah.
The princess was also planning on killing the leprechaun.
Yes.
So she wasn't too sad when he...
She wanted the gold.
Yeah.
She was an intergalactic gold digger.
And where the hell did the flies come from? Because all of a sudden, Minhand wanted to eat flies, and the flies just showed up.
That's the thing too. They're just like, okay, space. Like I remember when I was a kid, and our cafeterias would have that air thing.
Yeah.
So bugs wouldn't get in the cafeteria. I'm like, how the fucking bug is gonna get into space? Like where the fucking fly is gonna get into space? Like come on. Man. Flies just flying around.
This space. Movie was just so
intergalactic flies.
Like I said, they made it for $28. Spent like a month and a half on
15
it.
15 of that was all the sets, all the sets, all the sets, all the
and the labor,
the riot gear or whatever you want to call that.
See, 1986. They probably spent about, I'll say, $100 because they did have to buy food for everybody.
They need
no, everybody brings their own food.
They need to cater.
Maybe somebody just made a bunch of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
That's what it is. Bologna, peanut butter and jelly. That's what you got. I'm vegan. There you go. Peanut butter and jelly.
I hope all the actors at least got paid. But yeah, Harold was a pervert. I mean, did he really think that she just didn't have clothes on? Because what's her face shows up and it's really the leprechaun because we get that sweet voiceover of her in his voice. Oh, thank you.
Yes, that was like so cheesy. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
There's another part with her at the end where it's clearly like, okay, now shoot and say the line and then cut. Like, it was just so, like, you can see it at the end when she shoots him.
Going down the line of people in this movie, we said Heidi was in Home Improvement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dr. Mittenhand apparently had a bit part in a bunch of things, but most notably, he had a bit part in Curse of the Black Pearl as like harbor master. Everyone else, like I don't think, like nothing. Like, Kowalski, I think, was a stunt guy. He started his career as a stunt guy at Universal Studios in Hollywood, doing the shows.
Waterworld.
I mean, Miguel Nunez, obviously.
Yeah, we know. Everybody knows.
He's been in a million things, but
And was Princess Serena a porn star? Because I mean, I was just like
porn star vibes.
She porn
this
star.
Okay. This could literally be one of those movies where I'm like someone else shot a porno with all the same stuff when you guys were done with it. And
they brought in the porn leprechaun.
There you go.
To fuck Serena when they weren't shooting Leprechaun 4.
So yeah, I don't know.
She was in Baywatch.
Oh yeah, she had a couple of bit parts in Baywatch.
Well, yeah, but a lot of other porn stars did too.
Yeah.
Well, you're trying to break into acting, you go to Baywatch.
I'm wondering if everybody who was in this movie just did it to get a Screen Actors Guild card.
It's a paycheck, bro.
I don't know. Books was so bad. His parts, like he was trying to give this like easygoing guy, like
who was
Books,
the
actor, and it's just
their whole like
their dialogue,
their whole like
awful.
Mini romance things and those little bits that would come like, "You saved my life.
You can put me down now."
Like just oh Christ.
You know, I'm like, why? There's
so bad.
We don't need a love story in Leprechaun. We don't need
ask her to the prom. I'm sure she'll say yes.
Yeah. And you guys can go to the bar together.
The bar, there's no bartender. I love how the fucking the overhead announcer's like, the lounge is now open. Please drink in moderation. But there's no bartender, and we can do whatever the fuck we want.
And you just get these weird cups that you have to fill up yourself.
Because then literally Metalhead was like, hurry this up. I want to go get drunk.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the deaths.
The deaths?
Yeah.
Well, we talked about, well, we didn't really talk about exploding penis, but.
Kowalski's cock explodes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All over Heidi.
Yep.
Not in the way that she wanted or he wanted.
No. And then she runs.
But when
and
they
tells
cut
him,
that, then the porno actors came in, and then they did that whole scene again where it explodes all over.
So he gets his pee
Dolores.
blown off. And then
It explodes from the inside.
You got Heidi who falls from scaffolding.
Oh, that
scaffolding
scene.
from the platform.
Yeah.
Protect your pee hole again.
Again, yes, always. But when Heidi falls and they're like, we have to go find her, and she's already like on the floor dead.
Yeah.
They get to her, and she's just moving her neck around. She's like
Heidi, wake up.
Okay?
Like,
and then she's like, no, she's dead. She's gone. But then Heidi fucking wakes up and is like, avenge me.
She sits up, and I'm like, well, her neck's clearly fine. And
she had enough energy. Yeah, she had enough energy.
No, she
to
says,
say that.
kill him.
Yeah, kill him. She has enough energy to say that.
I killed him.
No, because she knows she didn't kill him. He killed her.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I thought she was trying to warn him, like, I killed him and he came back. There's something weird.
No, she's saying kill him.
No, couldn't hear it.
And then we had the guy.
No, Heidi, we're gonna let him live. It's not even Heidi. It's Dolores. Goddamn it.
Well, they decided to go into what the trash bay or whatever the hell it was.
Why?
Well, yeah, that's what I don't get.
And I was like, why is the leprechaun in there? There's no reason for him to be in there. And why did he take the time to get in the suit?
Not just that though, but the bay had like so many hidden little areas. Like they had closets in there.
They'll tell you they had 5 rooms and like, all right, what do we do with this one? I don't know. Put some rusty chains and we'll say it's radioactive.
But
Just
why?
Throw it in there.
Why was he in there?
I don't
He had
get it.
no reason to be in there.
He was looking for his gold. All right.
And if you have to wear a hazmat suit to go into the trash
And luckily
bay,
they had a leprechaun hazmat suit.
It was right size
like,
for him and everything.
It's like, why would you need to go in there? Be like, hey, if I need to wear this to go in there, I'm not going in there.
But another horror PSA. If you're trying to find a leprechaun and you think he's in the trash can, maybe just not go in there.
Yeah.
Maybe just wait. If there's only one door, just wait outside the door.
Well, because they even say that there's stuff in there that can kill you. That's why they need to wear the hazmat suit. Be like, no, there's something in there.
Why don't we just wait out here?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, or lock the door.
Like if he's in there long enough, he's gonna die.
All right. Here's an idea. Let's lock all the doors and look on the cameras because this is a spaceship, right?
I also
Assuming
love
we have
how
cameras.
they do finally ask him what he wants. And he's like, I want my gold.
I love that one dude was like, I mean, he was stupid because he was going to trust him or try and kill him, but he was like, I don't even care. Take the broad, take your gold, just leave. I don't want to fucking die. Like, I want my extra money. I want to get the fuck out of here.
And then he tries to fucking kill him and gets his comeuppance.
Yeah. I'm like, I mean, there's no honor among thieves, but.
No. I love it. He's like, where are you? He's like, I'm over here.
Like, over here. Come over here.
Over here.
You come out first. No. See?
And then what does he do? He drops like a big giant ass box on him.
He does the Lethal Weapon 2 death where he drops the big cargo crate on him.
There you go. And then what? Well, the
diplomatic immunity. Fuck you.
Well, the guy that went into that trash bay bin area or whatever the hell you want to call it got what, the poison gas that ate his.
Yeah, he's just a skeleton.
It was just a skeleton.
I mean, it ate his body pretty fast.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay, that's what we were going into. This is the reason we needed the hazmat suits. You guys didn't tell me this. You just like, it's kind of gross in there. Just wear the suit. I didn't know this fucking mystery fog was gonna eat my flesh.
Exactly. That's what I'm
I would
saying.
have been like, no.
Yeah, I would have said no. We're staying outside.
That's what I'm saying.
So
like,
wait,
if there's
But
stuff
we
in here that
have
can
to.
kill
you.
No.
No, we don't.
Is there any other way out of here? No, just this one door. No, we don't have to. As a matter of
Just
fact,
lock this door.
I'm
No
telling
one
you, that's
comes
one thing
in
they're
and
saying. Is
out.
like, you're telling me that there's something in there that can kill you.
Lock this door. Turn the heat up in there. We'll
He'll
find him
have to come out.
eventually.
He'll have to come out.
We'll find him.
He'll get hot.
Yeah, they didn't have any stakes in this, and I was like, why are you doing this, man? Stop.
You must follow orders. No, I don't.
I don't care.
My contract ends in 2 hours.
Literally don't care.
Oh yeah, when Dolores was like, "I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it for Kowalski." I'm like, Kowalski wouldn't have done it for you. He would have done it for the money. Trust me.
Well, what was she there to begin with? Wasn't she
was a
supposed to
Marine.
like no?
She,
No, she
Heidi
wasn't a
or the
Marine.
other chick?
The other chick, Dolores.
No, I'm talking.
Dolores is Heidi.
Dolores is
Dolores
Heidi.
is Heidi. Okay,
You're talking about Tina.
Yeah,
she
I'm talking about
She
Tina.
was another like biology doctor. She
Yeah,
said.
but why
she was
was
a
she-
biologist.
Why was she even there? Wasn't she supposed to
Dr.
take
She was Dr.
Mittenhand.
Mittenhand's assistant.
Okay, that's what it was.
That's why she and Harold had the animosity when he was like, "I don't work for you." Just like, "Get this shit done, Harold." And then Books yelled at him, and he looked at Book's dick, and he was like, cowboy. This is the whole movie right there.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Horny Harold, the assistant.
Harold was a creep, and he does die. But if you were in space for God knows how long, I'm saying
You think it's
wouldn't
worse than
matter.
prison?
Yeah. Because you got to think of the existential blackness that you're staring.
It's not
down
even that.
as well.
I'm saying like you find like a spaceport, like one of those planets. Like I always think like Futurama and stupid cartoons where it's like it's a planet, but it's like a diner because that's all it has room for. You know, like one of those things. Like so, then you probably start looking at aliens like that too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I watch Doctor Who, and there's a character on there. He's like, "Look, I've been around space. I've seen lots of things. It's a hole.
A hole's a hole.
I encapped. Yeah,
Go get some space strange.
Hey, if you're out there and you're lonely, you're gonna
It's the
find
manatee
a connection.
thing. It's the
It is.
manatee mermaid thing where you're like, I haven't seen another human in forever, but I keep seeing these alien.
Hey, if you like female presenting things, I'm sure there are female presenting aliens in the world. If you like male presenting things,
What if
I'm
other
sure-
aliens have no gender?
That we know of.
Well,
In Resident Alien, he's
then
like,
what's the point?
we're genderless.
Then I mean, yeah, you find somebody
hole's
you
a
like.
hole.
Yeah, it's like there's no point. I really think that humans are the only ones that care about this shit.
I don't know. What if the universe is worse than our planet? That's
You
that
mean
could-
like
that's the-
morality wise, or
Yes.
like
No, I'm saying like all the shit that we have on our planet. They're like, this is stupid. But what if like everything else in the universe was like even more dumb? Like God, like we thought we were dumb. Like,
At this
you guys
point,
are
I would buy
stupid.
it.
Like
At this point, I would believe it.
like there's just a bunch of Puritans out there, and the
no,
rest
it's not
of the
even
world,
that. Like just I don't know, just
the
pure
rest of the
dumbness. I don't know.
galaxy.
Like they're even more uptight about shit. Like, who
Either way,
knows?
I'm glad nobody's tried to talk to us because they're not gonna like us.
I
We're
don't
not
think
gonna
they're- I
like
don't-
them. It's just
we're the Florida universe.
There
I
you
think
go.
is what it is.
It's like, what the
That's
fuck
why
is
no
wrong
one
with
got-
them?
And even maybe that's why Leprechaun's like, I get the fuck out of here, man.
I get it.
I'd
We
rather live in
couldn't-
space.
He launched himself into space.
He finds his goal and is like, fuck it, Bezos.
I'm taking it and
out.
I'm leaving.
Hey, if this was set in the future, maybe Leprechaun saw a bunch of humans coughing on each other in a worldwide pandemic and was like, fuck this, I'm out.
But if he can explode, then he wouldn't have to worry about it.
Maybe he's just like seeing how shitty humans are. He was just like,
He's
peace
just
them
done.
out. Yeah.
I'm done with humans. I'm gonna
Fuck
go
these people.
and be a space king on some other fucking
yes,
planet. and
I'm
get
going to
married.
leave this planet because all y'all are horrible.
I'm gonna go find Princess Zarina.
I mean, he's looked, right? He's been from Ireland. He's been all across the continental U.S. He's been...
at least
I
South,
don't remember where the hood is.
North
set.
Dakota. I don't know. Was it Chicago?
I want to say it was
Maybe.
Chicago.
I want to think. Yeah, I think it was Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Because I think the two dudes are going to get to Chicago to go to our audition.
I mean, so I guess the moral here
And
is-
both of the two. Okay, we should have did Hood. Maybe we should do Hood. I don't know.
Well, we can always do Hood another time. Hood is still on the
Because now
table.
I'm like,
Yeah,
because
it's
now
on
I'm
the
like, I would like Hood was kind of deep. Like he lost his friends. Like this was like, I'm the leprechaun.
I am going to remind you of the fact that you just said Hood was kind of deep when we do Hood. Because
He
I don't
lost.
think
Okay,
you remember your Hoods very much.
No. As I'm saying, like his whole thing was, I want to rap and be positive, but then they had to do some gangster shit to try and survive. But then he lost his friend. His friend died. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I remember the movie, but I'm just going to
I'm saying
remind you.
compared to this fucking space debacle, then Hood is deep.
Space wasn't trying to be anything that space was not.
I don't
Space
think- I don't-
wanted to rip off aliens. It wanted to rip off
Star Wars.
It wanted to rip all them off, and it does. It Star Trek with Princess Sabrina, like they
I
just
don't
went
think
for broke in the
I
space
don't-
category and said, "Bring them all."
I
in."
don't think space knew what the fuck space wanted to be.
Hey,
No.
Jason went to space, and
Yeah, but this was years after.
not very
I think.
long.
No, I think. What Leprechaun might have been the first one to go in space.
I don't remember when Jason went.
So okay, here's a rule of thumb. I guess would say. I don't know if you want to call this horror PSA, but a good rule of thumb is as unless your characters originate in space, don't send them to space because it doesn't work.
I think it was just that time, and everybody was going to space.
Yeah, space was in.
It reminded me a little of Austin Powers too, like you guys
yeah.
are saying. It's, I
Yeah.
mean, it had that. I don't know if it was just the mid '90s, like just that.
Yeah, Jason
way
X was
movies were.
2001, so a couple years later.
5 years.
So 5 years later, he followed
Yeah.
Leprechaun into space.
That
Or
was just
wait,
the thing.
I guess, man, everybody's going to space now. It's big. So we're gonna get more space movies now that everyone's like literally going to fucking space.
I would guess so.
It's not even space. So all you guys paying all that shit, you get to the outer limits. That's hardly space.
You're in the lobby of space.
You're in the fucking pre-cum space. That's not even a fucking thing. You're wasting your money.
I mean, people. I don't really have an opinion on people wanting to spend their money to go to space. But if somebody was like, "Hey, do you want to go to space?" Even if they're like, "Hey, do you want to go to space for free?" I'd be like, "Nah, man, nah."
On what day is this? Nah,
it
like,
just sounds like a lot
there?
of work, and I don't want to not be able to like sit down. I don't know.
On your body? You mean?
Yeah,
like I don't know, like, because I was like, if fucking William Shatner at 91 years old can do it, and I'm like, what do they know that we don't? They're trying to test like the effects of an older people. Is this planet doomed? And they're just planning. This is what all these tests are. They're just planning on to get the fuck out of this planet.
The billionaires are testing because the billionaires are going to be that old.
I'm saying,
by the time they leave the planet.
No, like, what do they know that we don't? Like, the
that's what I'm. Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Like,
well, if they do know something that we don't know, we're all fucked anyway because we ain't got no money. We ain't got no titles. We're all fucked anyway.
So the Leprechaun had the right idea, is what we're saying.
Yes, get the fuck off Earth.
Leprechaun was sick of these people's shit, and I get it. After this pandemic, I get it.
Protect your pee hole and get your ass to space.
There you go.
That's the horror.
Total
PSAs.
Recall. We should do that movie. When he's like, get your ass to Mars. Get your ass to Mars.
Now, how this fucking movie
Not
end?
the new one.
It just randomly ends, doesn't it? Because they
open.
They do the aliens. Is it aliens? It's aliens, right? The second one.
Yeah, the second one.
They do the aliens ending where they just open the thing and the fucking alien goes out of the cargo bay.
He's not even an alien.
Yeah, he's not.
I'm saying that's what happens in Aliens.
Yeah.
They do the same ending. They open it.
He's a giant leprechaun.
Yes, they open it. The giant leprechaun gets sucked out into space.
Yeah, and then he goes.
And then
and explodes for some reason.
And they what is it? They
get it.
They stop the self-destruct sequence.
They still wait. What was the fucking password? Oh, it was something.
Wizard.
Genius.
Wizard. That's what it
yeah.
was. He was like genius. Try genius. He's like wizard. He's like I'm a wizard.
Yeah, I was like, that wouldn't even work. That had no capitalizations. That had no characters.
I know,
that had no numbers. Like, it's not working in the future, bitches.
My strong network, like my strong password for Netflix is way more fucking secure than Wizard on this fucking self-destruct shit on this fucking spaceship.
Maybe they just didn't realize how muddy passwords we were gonna need for things.
I also got a lot of Spaceballs in this too when we were watching this. So it was like idiots. They're Planet of Idiots. That's what I kept thinking. Like it was a Dridia or whatever. Yeah. Planet of Idiots. Like they're idiots. Like,
well, like books and all the Marines had a very Bill Pullman vibe.
Oh yeah,
from Spaceballs.
Mooch for sure. He's like, hey, can I have this? Can I have that? Game over, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they totally ripped off like 12 different movies. And
I meant Bill
Pullman.
Bill
Paxton.
No, Pullman.
Pullman.
From Spaceballs.
Oh, okay. Oh. I thought you were saying... No. You said Pullman. I automatically went to Paxton.
No, I meant Pullman from Spaceballs because they had that swaggery.
Okay. Lone Star.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brooks had that kind of.
Okay, I could see that. Yeah. Lone Star, and then not the actual princess, but Tina is kind of the animosity and the love affair thing. Yeah, I could see it. Inadvertently, maybe, but I don't know if they really planned on we're going to rip off Spaceballs.
No, they had just ripped off anything that was in space.
I don't know.
Pretty much.
Like, give me 5 VHSs of space movies. I don't care what they are. And then whoever it was Spaceballs, it was Aliens.
And there was some Leprechaun in there.
Like Star Wars.
Yep.
Who makes Western movie references.
Yeah. When he goes to kill Heidi, isn't it?
And I think he's shooting at somebody.
He's shooting,
I don't
know. At the beginning of it, he does the spinning of the spinning of the gun. And
when he drops his smooth guy shtick.
Yes.
Then he goes
smooth
to
British guy. Like, more bubbly.
And then he goes to Western John
Wayne. Future bride.
And then he goes to just like laughing when he sticks that thing in Minhan's neck or whatever, and he's like seizuring. He makes fun of him seizuring, and that was always my favorite part of this movie. It's always my favorite part.
See, better than peeing on somebody because you won't get nothing in your pee hole if you're just mocking them while they're
Protect
dying.
your pee hole, kids.
I think that's the biggest horror PSA from this.
Yeah.
Protect your pee hole.
What? Oh, the drag show.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah, the drag. Did have drag.
He shows some range in this performance.
Yeah, he fights both versions of himself in his body.
No, I can't. Get it together.
And I was like, but why? What? Why?
But then he ended like, okay, Here's my question.
And did he bring that dress with him?
How much robot was he? Because I'm like,
know.
did the leprechaun reprogram you with his magic, or is he controlling your mind because you're still that much human?
See, I completely forgot about that thing because, again, there's another movie they ripped off, Aliens, because there was always an android.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, but I was like, where did he get the wig and the dress? Did he have them things?
Okay, the
in
leprechaun
his room?
waved his hand over something and made a dress. All right.
No, I much like the version where he brought it with him. Yeah, he
brought
did his magic.
He brought it with him, and that was actually his ball gag as well. So Leprechaun's like, I can use this for later.
Well, the ball gag was there.
I can use this for later. Let's see. Oh, throw this dress on. Yeah, we're good. Give him a show. We're going to go over here and try and find my gold.
It's funny, though, because I remember I'd seen the Leprechauns way young, because when this came out in 96, I was only 10. And I remember renting this, like, when it was, like, a new release. So I was super young watching this ridiculous
No, this was a new arrival.
I think for me, if I remember right, I think I saw this. Remember when Joe Bog used to have a show on USA? Up all night. Up all night?
Yeah.
I might have seen it on
Was that on USA or was it on TNT?
USA was up all night. I don't know if
I think
Joe
he had
Bob,
Monster Vision.
It was on one of them. I know it was one of his.
I don't know if Joe Bob was ever on Up All Night.
No.
I think Up All Night was a separate thing. He was on TNT after he was on TMC.
It was either Joe Bob or who was that one chick?
There was a chick that did
the blonde chick.
No, there's a blonde chick. There was not a blonde chick. Redhead. I can't remember her name.
Oh yeah, she's red. She was like a strawberry blonde. So she had that red.
It was either him or her that was hosting it that I saw it.
Yeah, because she used to go USA Up All Night.
Yeah, and it was terrible.
I just remember all the porn commercials on Up All Night.
All the time. The phone ones.
Yeah.
There was one that had a horrible like pick up the phone. Pick up the phone.
Damn, it's gonna drive me nuts. So much to remember her name.
Crack up so hard.
I used to ask people because I was so confused by those things. I was like, who would call to listen to somebody talk about that? That doesn't sound anywhere interesting.
If there wasn't a market
I was a kid. I didn't
it
understand
wouldn't
that
be a thing
people
if there wasn't a market for it.
Had weird freak flags that they were flying out in the world.
I don't know, man.
And I mean, you had to involve other people back then because you didn't have the internet.
Does it drive me nuts to remember who that girl was?
So you'd call and listen to someone like, what would be like? Oh, baby, that's you.
Yeah, no.
Like, and you'd pay for that? Like, I don't get it. Like,
and they all said it was either the phone sex
into.
talks or it was the psychics. Those
The
were
psychics,
always at late.
They
at
were
night.
always the one and the other. Like, oh, Miss Cleo.
Yep, we're gonna get either the boys' money or the girls' money, but we're getting somebody's money here.
Call to get your free read and yeah, Miss Cleo. Wonder what happened to that lady. Man,
she was a fraud.
She's probably rich or in prison right now. Damn it's one or the other. There can be no other fucking alternatives. She's not living a normal life whatsoever. I guarantee you.
He did survive this one.
We have 3 survivors. That's true.
Well, I mean,
Books, Tina, and what's his name? He's Sticks. That's right. He was Sticks. It's a damn enchilada.
They had so much war PTSD as well. They're always talking about Sarge pulled me out of some jungle or something.
There's probably some planet, like Planet Jungle Warfare Zone 712.
But I think that was it for Leprechaun 4 in space. Cover your pee holes, kids.
When Styx was stuck in the web, do you think if he shit himself that the spider would have left him alone? Because I've always thought, I mean, if you're in prison, someone's going to rape you, and I say you shit your pants. Because what do you got to lose at that point?
Yeah.
But I'm like, if there's ever like a huge spider or like a huge insect or something like that, would shitting myself help?
I don't think so. Because they're not.
You think the spider would eat the shit?
I think
care.
insect-wise, I don't think it would care. But I think animal-wise, then you might be able to get out of something.
I still don't think they would care.
I think a bear or something.
I don't think they would.
I don't think they would go for it. But, I don't know, insect, I don't think they'd care.
Well, okay, but Dr. Mittenhead was still part human.
No, remember he goes, I am no longer Dr. Mittenhead. I am insect or spider.
I must have flies.
I mean, he does leave a full report before he fully becomes a...
Dr. Mittenhead.
Dr. Mittenhead.
Over and out.
Well, that was it for this week. We will be back next week with another movie. And I don't know which one.
I know which one we're doing.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Are we saying it now, or are we gonna keep them in suspense?
I don't remember. Did we say we're doing
I don't remember.
I'll keep you guys in suspense.
Oh, The Crow. We were going to do one of the Crow sequels.
right.
Wicked Prayer, which I am so looking forward to.
Is this the Edward Furlong one?
Yes, where he was fat. He's
Jesus.
fat.
Hey, we've all been fat occasionally. It's okay.
Oh, that one's gonna be good. I can't wait to see what you
Does
guys
he
think
still have his annoying like child cackly fucking when he screams voice?
No.
The last Edward Furlong movie we did was Pet Sematary 2, I think.
Yeah.
So, should be interesting.
But yeah, this is a grown-up Edward Furlong.
Did they ever find him, or is he still missing?
I don't
remember
know.
he was missing for a while, and they were like, "Where the fuck is he?" I hadn't seen him.
They obviously found him because
Well,
he
I
did the
guess
movie.
we'll find out next week
I
if
don't
they
know.
ever found Edward Furlong. So stay
right.
tuned, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
All right, bye.